what would you say your label is as a guard? Like when people think Dusha,
unfortunately for me, I think, which is just the reality of it, I'm a very realistic person. I'm not the type to sit here and be like, yeah, 3 years time I'm going to work so hard that I'm going to nearly be in the NBA. Like, I'm just very realistic with stuff. I think just because of the period of time I've been in the league and the majority of the roles I've had, every team does view me as like a backup, or he'll be a perfect like 20 minute guy to come in and, you know, run a team. And but I've always seen myself as more. I've always known that I can easily come in and do that backup role, but I can also play with your starting guard as well. I've proven it before. I've happily prove it again. Like it's just something you get. It just becomes normal. Like everyone, you know, for example, just hypothetically, like I'm at a team, they bring in an American guard. It's like first thing is they look at you. It's like, oh shit. Well, how do you feel? How do you look? How do you think? In my mind, it's like, look, like I know what I'm capable of. Like I understand someone comes. Like it's just a job. Do you get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's a job. Someone comes in to do a job. You're here to do a job. You just do it to the best of your ability. My only thing is just allow me to do it to my best ability. Do you get what I'm saying? Like don't minimize. Like don't keep your foot on the brake for me and have your foot on gas for someone else. It's like, you know, be very, but it just varies who you play with, where you play, what your role is, what's going on at the time, how the team's doing. Like there's so many things that come into this whole bracket, but yeah, it's tough though. I'm not going to lie to you. It's draining. It is what it is, but I've always known that I'm able to do it, and I'm just going to continue to do it. And then, I mean, when I played in Worcester, I'd proven that I was able to start, and then just started for like the last however many months of the season. In Surrey, I started numerous amounts, like 2 seasons, and then started for periods of the season as well. Like I've always, but the starting stuff doesn't really define an importance. Like coming off the bench is not a big deal to me. Do you know what I mean? For me, it's more being allowed to impact the game. You know, like having that role and responsibility of, well, you know, a guard's meant to be a very important position as well as all of them, but like a very important position in basketball. So being able to be given that role, but given the trust that comes with it, given the support that comes with it, rather than oh man, like fuck, shit, and I turn around, the next guy I come back in, it's just like fuck. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like you got to fuck up to learn, or but loads of stuff. Like it's very difficult to speak on that stuff. But it's just one of the things I've always, like, just to go back to your question, if I was to define my role, I'd say it's always been a backup, but I've never been content with it. I've never been, cool, back up me, like label it and stamp on it and shit. Like that's never been me. I understand I'm signing you as a backup, but the second you tell me, you know, minutes are there, or I'm going to play the guys who are going to come in and get the job done, then for sure, I can easily show you I can get the job done. Yeah.
I agree with you. Like normally I don't agree with you, but you know, I agree with you. Like, nah, not as a backup. Let's relax. I'm being nice for once. Like, look at the start of this season. Like, you've carried well since Andrew Lawrence has been out. Very well. And you can see that on the stat sheet. The one thing I do think is interesting, though, whenever you come off a pick, everyone sags. I think you hit a jumper back-to-back consistently, consecutively, because they thought you was going to pass the ball. Hit 2 jumps. I was like, damn. And then I think the third time, they were like, oh, damn, Dusha's shooting, and you hit a nice down. But, yeah, you've definitely got it in you. I definitely agree with that.
No, I appreciate you. I just, you know what it is, man. You just got to play the cards you're dealt, but keep dealing until you get the hand you want in it. You know how it is.
Do you think these labels has had an effect on your mental toughness?
It's draining, but I'm naturally, and I'm not even being a fool, whatever, but I'm naturally strong mentally. Like I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, it is draining. Like there's nothing worse than a prime example. Like one night, you know, you're out there, you're part, you feel as engaged as you could be as a player, and then let's say following week, or not following week because that's too long, I'd forget about it by then. You know, a day or two will pass, the next game, which would be in like less than 48 hours, you play, and it's just like, okay, cool. All you can really do is support from the side rather than get out there. And then as a player, it's just like, fuck, like, sorry, I didn't mean to swear, but you know, it's like I know I can do this. Like, what am I doing wrong? But then sometimes it's not what you're doing wrong. Sometimes it's just things are working. Like it's okay for now. Do you get what I mean? But it just varies. I know that sounds like, you know, it might be indirect comments towards whatever, but it's not at all. Like, it's not saying coaching staff need to do this, or I'm better than so and so, or like it's nothing like that. Or it just is what it is. You get what I'm saying? Like it just varies. But is it mentally tough? For sure. Like it just gets draining. Like you just start questioning and asking yourself silly questions and overthinking, and to a point where I've never believed like it can affect you in a game. Like you can allow it to affect you in a game, to a sense where I'm not a firm believer in like, oh man, like I'm mentally corrupted right now. Like my head's not in a great place. I can't go out there and perform. Like, once you're out there, like you put everything back in your head and you just go and get it. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, it's frustrating as well. It's frustrating. It's draining, to say the least. Like it's for sure draining. But I think that's why I'm very good at it. It's because I'm very good at just, taking it on the chin and just getting back up and just getting on with it. You get what I'm saying? Just stay resilient. Just keep at it. Stay active and just wait for my time. You get what I mean?